Let's get it going with Nick Santiago of In the Money Stocks. And Nick, traders and investors are very concerned about what's ahead for the fourth quarter. What's your financial forecast for the stock market?
Well, I think right now we're in a very, very tough period. So we have to be a little bit cautious. These markets have been pulling back really since September 2nd. A lot of it is on the fact that interest rates are rising a little bit. Ultimately, I think yields have a long way to go. The 10-year probably is going to head up towards 2.5%. I don't think it's going to be a straight shot. I do think you'll get some backing and filling in yields. But overall, I would be careful with technology right now as yields continue to rise. I think that's the one area you have to avoid. But I think other areas, like some cyclical names, are looking pretty decent. So again, it's going to be a stock picker's market going forward.
Nick, we're asking traders on this show to give us a little bit more background about who you are. How did you get into trading?
Well, I grew up in New York City, so I was always around the markets. My dad actually worked in Lower Manhattan in a restaurant, and I would work there myself as a little kid. So I got to meet a lot of the big shot Wall Street brokers, and that really got me interested. And then in high school, I started to get into the business clubs and things like that. And before you know it, I became a stockbroker in the mid-90s. And really, that's been it. I gravitated more towards the trading side as I became more into the business. The brokerage side for me was more of the selling part. I like the trading aspect a lot better. And here we are, over 25 years later. And now, I'm just a full-time trader for myself.
Nick, what's a trading strategy that you believe has served you well during your career?
Well, I'm a trend follower. I like to always follow the trend. And what I like to do is follow the trend on larger time frames. So I never buy stocks cheap. If you've noticed any of the equities that I've ever talked about on here, they're always pullback names. Stocks that have made big moves, had really good retracements into major support levels. That's what I like to do. And if we have a downtrend, I will be a short seller, basically into major resistance levels. But the trick of the trade is to find out what is major and what is minor on the chart. And I've become pretty good at it over the years. Not perfect, as it is a humbling business. But overall, that's my strategy.
It's just a pleasure to have you on our show, and we thank you for all of your trader talk.
Thank you for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.